Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is James and welcome back to another video. So today we're actually going to be doing viewer collection review episode 7. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've done one. I've just been very crazy busy with work and I still am. So I'm recording this on the same day I did that what watches are for sale video. So we're going to jump straight into this. This is Sean's collection. Now Sean is the person who very generously sent me a collar web strap that I've been experimenting on this piece and also the SKX. So thank you very much for that, Sean, and I'm finally getting around to reviewing your collection. If you've submitted your collection, I will get around to it eventually. Please just give me time, and if you want to submit your collection, feel free to at itskibble@gmail.com. So let's get straight into this. He sent me an email and it went, "Hey James, love the channel. I thought I'd send in pictures of my watch collection if you'd care to review it. Thank you very much for sending your collection. I'm glad you enjoy the video." So he then lists the watches he owns and the ones he's also in the market for. Let's go through the ones he owns right now. He owns a Seiko 5 Orient Black Ray diver, Seiko SKX009, a vintage 1954 Pobeda? I don't know. It's like Russian, I think. A Casio F91W and a 1970s Pobeda again. Plus he also got a few other pieces down the line. He got the 1970s Pobeda. I don't know. I think that's how it's pronounced. The others, Casios, forgot the reference, and a Timex Weekender. I think I actually listed all them, did I? Okay, now we got all that out of the way. Sorry that was really confusing. I was getting confused with my book and then also with the emails. A bit lost, but I think I'm on track now. I think I'm on track. So let's get straight into it. His Seiko 5 is the Seiko 5 SNK 355KC. Now this is a beautiful silver dial Seiko 5. For those of you that have seen many Seiko 5s, there's some really great ones out there. This is a lovely sort of silver dial with beautiful textures. It's got lovely hands as well. I really like it. Now it's the classic 36mm case size, so it's nothing too crazy. It's got the 7S26 movement in. I recently did a video on a Seiko 5, so make sure you go check that out. I think they're just great watches for the price. You know, you get an exhibition case back. They're just overall really good, though. The bracelets are absolute dog crap, and I hope you will put it on an aftermarket strap, or maybe that already is an aftermarket. I'm not too sure, but I can't stand the bracelets. They're ridiculous. I want to know what you think of them. Let me know down in the comments. Next, let's move on to the Orient Black Ray, which is the reference CEM 65008B. He has it on a James Bond NATO. It has an extra pusher for the date, so it's like the first gen. It uses the Orient in-house 46943 movement, and it doesn't have hacking or manual wind. It's 41mm case size, and I really like the design. Now, I have to be completely honest, my dad owns a first gen Mako and I will be getting that in for review. I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of the pusher on top. I understand that they hadn't sorted out the movement yet to not have it, and the Mako 2s and the Mako 2 USA is a huge improvement, like literally a massive improvement that I think is incredible. I want to own one of them one day. But overall, I'm not a fan of that pusher. I love the design of the watch. I think it just looks great, and on that NATO bond, it looks really good. And I'm not even a fan of NATO straps, so good choice there. And I love the red tip on the second hand. It's overall just a great watch. Again, day date. It's a diver 200 meters. Really good watch. I've heard great things about them, and for the price, they're stupidly cheap for how much watch you get, in my opinion. So really great choice. Now the SKX, he has it on a blue collar web, so a really good choice of a strap, and I've already done a full in-depth review of the SKX, so go check that out if you want to hear my opinions on it. I think it's a great watch. You have a really cool watch. I own it myself. There's my SKX009. I love this watch. My only complaint is that the blue is too deep, in my opinion. I'd have liked a much bluer dial like what the Paddy has. I think that's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, really good watch. Next, we're on to a vintage 1954 Pobeda 15 jewels. Now, he has it on a tan calfskin Fluko. Is that what it's called? Fluko? It's a Russian military watch. Uses the manual wind caliber 2602. That's what I found out about it. And it's around 32mm. It's a really lovely vintage piece. It reminds me a lot of an Accurist I had, which was from the 1960s, and also an old Oris I had. I did a review of it, I think, way back, and I sold that for a pretty nice profit. It's a really lovely watch, and I think the Russian vintage watches are really cool, especially that this one is a military from 1954, which is crazy. I love that separate subdial for the seconds, and I love the way it cuts out the numerals on the dial. Like, I think it's just a really, really beautiful watch. And the fact that it's still working, you've got it on that calfskin leather, it overall looks really, really good. And you've got a real quality watch right there. Next is what he calls his beta watch. It's the Casio F91W. It's a £8 digital watch that I found on Argos. So if you want it, you can pick it up for £8 on Argos. We also sell them, I think, for, I can't remember what price. They're just great beta watches. Like, Casio just do incredible watches. There's nothing else that can really be said. I had a Casio growing up. I think they're brilliant. I deal with Casios all the time at work. They're just really reliable, solid watches, and you've got it as a beta, so I don't see how you can go wrong. Like, I see people wearing them all the time, and they're just brilliant watches. Like, people wouldn't wear them and wouldn't swear by them if they weren't good. So, great choice of a beta. Okay, next we're moving on to a watch that I'm really interested in getting in for review. So I might pick one up because they're so cheap, but I might see if someone will send me one in. I don't know. We'll see. It's the Casio MRW200H-1BV. I think it looks absolutely awesome. It's a dive watch that is water resistant to, I think, is it 100 meters or 200 meters? 100 meters. It's got like a military style dial with numerals on the inside, a 24-hour as well. Rotating bezel. It's got a day-date complication. It's got a pretty cool rubber diver strap. It works. It's a really functional quartz watch. And I found out it costs anywhere between 15 and 20 quid. Now, this watch for 15 and 20 quid will outbeat any diver watch, in my opinion, or any sort of manual diver watch, because of accuracy. And I've heard the loom is absolutely incredible, and it's built really well, and it's stupidly cheap. What I said is diving, probably not, but still, you get my point. For that price, it's ridiculous. It looks great. I think I need a quartz piece in my collection. Obviously, I've got the 7A38, the Seiko 7A38, but I want like just a new quartz piece that is literally a beta. I don't really have a beta watch other than my SKX, and I don't want to beat it. So I need an actual beta watch, and I'm thinking this might be my beta watch. I might pick one of these up. They're really, really cool, stupidly cheap, just functional. Actually, I've got a Seconda quartz that I never wear, that I need to put back on a strap. I might wear that, but still, you get my point. Great watch. If you're looking for a genuine beta that isn't digital like the Casio, and you don't like that sort of design, because personally I think they're great watches, but I don't think you'll ever see me wearing one because I'm not a fan of the design. You'd probably see me wearing one of these because I think they're really, really great beta watches. It just looks awesome. Rotating bezel, 100 meters, it will live a lifetime easily. Okay, next one to a really cool piece in my opinion. It's the Timex Indiglo Weekender, and this exact model is TZN 654. I love this dial. It is stupidly clean. It is a really clean watch. Timex do some great watches. If you're looking for a Timex, I'd personally suggest the vintage ones, because there's a lot of great vintage ones you can get. They usually say like made in Great Britain on the dial. They're the ones I really like, and I'm hoping to get in for a review soon if I can find one at a good price, which they're always on eBay at a good price. I just haven't got around to actually buying one yet. But this one is really nice as well. It's very clean with the 24-hour again on the inside, so it's got that military themed style. It has the Indiglo. Now the Indiglo line light up the dial, which is really, really cool, so you can see it in the dark without crazy loom. It's a very functional, useful feature, to be honest. You know, if you've got it on at night, or you have it by your bed at night, although most of us have our phone, you know, some of us traditionalists who want the watch can see the time with the watch with the Indiglo. Again, very, very practical. This is a very, very practical watch. And it's stupidly cheap, so you can pick one of these up, I think, for around £40, which for what you're getting is really, really cheap. It's got a really cool blue hand, and the dial's like a creamy grey colour. It's really, really nice. I actually really like this watch. Them two really cheap ones that you've shown towards the end in one picture, I like them both very, very much. I think I'm going to pick up the Casio eventually. If any of you have one that you don't want anymore and you want to sell it, let me know and I'll buy it off you. But it's a really cool watch. So overall, your collection just speaks practicality to me. I think you have a really, really practical collection of pieces that are good, solid, and reliable. You know, you've got some really nice vintage pieces in there that are Russian. I think I forgot to mention that extra Russian piece you had. I think I did. Yeah, I forgot to mention. So there's another vintage Russian piece in here. I'll put a picture up. I don't really know anything about this piece apart from it looks fucking awesome. It's got a separate sub-seconds again, and now the bin men have come. Of course. It looks really, really cool. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any more information on it. Apparently, it's from 1970s. It's a dress piece. I think it looks really, really cool. So anyway, we've got that one out of the way. Now let's go back. Your collection speaks practicality. Very practical watches. Everything sort of has a purpose. You know, you've got some very iconic pieces. You know, you got the Black Ray, the Seiko 5, which is just brilliant, and it's a really nice version of the Seiko 5 as well. SKX, you know, and then vintage pieces. It's really, really good. I do think you need a chronograph. Personally, I think you need a chronograph in there. That's one thing I've been lacking for a while. You know, I've got a sports piece. I think you could do with a sports piece, although the Seiko 5 kind of ticks that box. But yeah, a chronograph is something I've been missing myself, and now I've got one. I love it. Honestly, chronographs are great. And what I like about your collection is it's not like crazy expensive. You know, it's not one of those where each watch is like $1,000. It's a very attainable collection, which has got a perfect mix. Like, you throw a chronograph in there, it's literally, you've got everything you need. You have a complete collection, in my opinion, of watches ranging from like military style to vintage, to dress, to diving, to everyday beaters, to literally everything. It's a very well balanced collection, and I have to congratulate you on that. And also, that watch box is sexy. I want to know where you got it, because that's really, really cool. Okay, so he says he's in the market for a pole jolt, I don't know, auto chronograph, a bullhead chronograph, Seiko SKX003, Junkers cockpit, Orient Bambino, System 51, G-Shock Mudman. So let's start with what I personally think you should get. If you get a bullhead chronograph, Seiko or Citizen, I think your collection would be complete. I think you'd literally go, you know what, I don't need any more watches, because the bullhead chronograph is fucking amazing. I want to own one day. I think they look great. CG, who has a channel here on YouTube, she did like what I'm doing, the Watch Diaries. She's the one who invented that series. I kind of stole it. She has done that series with the Citizen. I'm pretty sure it was a Citizen bullhead, and oh my god, the final result, it looks beautiful. And I really, really, really want to own one. My dad has been looking for one for a while as well. They're just great watches. If you can get one of them, get it. The Saab 033, great choice. The Saab range is absolutely brilliant. You can't go wrong. I still am yet to review them, and I really, really do. I want to own them as well. I want to own all these. The Junkers cockpit is a really cool watch. You can't go wrong. Orient Bambino. It's just a really functional, cheap dress watch. The Orient Bambino is a very functional dress watch that's got like a military. Really, you can tell I am so tired right now, and I've just got a lot to get done. I'm sorry if I'm rushing this, but vintage look to it. Personally, I think you've kind of already nailed that vintage dress piece with your Russian watch. I don't think you need an Orient Bambino, especially with that black dress watch you just got. I think the Bambino is totally unnecessary. System 51 is always a cool little function, little addition to a collection. You know, add in some really bright colours. I think if you are going to go for one, don't go for the typical blue, red, them sort of ones. Go for something that's just crazy, just really colourful, bright, a great summer wearer. A G-Shock Mudman, yeah, maybe get a G-Shock Mudman and get rid of that Casio SF or FW1 or whatever it was called, your beta, and replace it for the G-Shock Mudman. You definitely can't go wrong. But overall, I think your collection is great. Get a chronograph in there and you will be set, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of his collection down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Sean, thank you for submitting your collection, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.